All right, everybody, Coach Allison, and I have your week 2 Defy Aging workout to show you today. We have a ladder this week, and if you've been with us for a while, you probably remember what ladders are. We start at a low rep count, and then we keep increasing it, and then we go back down. So the rep count that we're going to do this week is 3, 6, 9, 12, and then we go back down 9, 6, 3. It'll make more sense when you see it written on our template that we send you. Okay, there's a 25-minute max for this routine, so you either go until you're done or you go until the 25 minutes is up. Okay, let's go through our 6 exercises for the week. First one is a curl press. So you're going to be working your biceps and your shoulders. You need 2 weights for this. You do a bicep curl first, and then you press into an overhead press. And you release it just the same way you brought it up. Keep repeating this motion for your designated amount of reps. One thing to be careful with this, make sure at the bottom of your curl, you don't let the arms swing back. So we want to make sure that we are stopping them right here at the bottom. We don't want any swinging with that. So you'll do 3 of those for round 1, 6 for round 2, 9, 12, and all those reps that we talked about. Second exercise, jump squats. Okay, if you've been with us for a while, you know a standard squat, right? Sinking your hips back into that imaginary chair. We're going to come up with a little bit of a jump. So you don't have to get very high off the floor. Notice my feet are barely lifting off the floor. The goal is just to get a little bit of space between your feet and the floor. You want to make sure you're landing nice and soft. By that, I mean you don't want to land like this and then stop. You want to make sure you're landing soft into your next squat. If the impact is not an option for you, turn it into a fast squat. So you're going to eliminate the jump altogether and add some speed. So it'll look like this. Either way, either option is going to get your heart rate up, which is a goal with a jump squat. Okay, exercise 3, low plank toe taps. Low plank means you're on your elbows, not your hands. So we're going to do a standard elbow plank. Make sure your hips are level so the hips aren't way up here. And we're going to tap those toes out to the side like this, keeping those hips level. For this, the count is each side. So for example, round 1, the 3 rep round, you'll count it as 1, 1, 2, 2, and so on. Unfortunately, there's not a knee option for this type of plank. That side tap doesn't really work on the knees. So if a toe plank is not an option for you, or if you're unable to get to the floor, take it up to an incline. So find something that's about chair height. The plank is the same again. We want to make sure the hips are not way up here. And as you can see, the movement is the same. And that's our low plank toe tap. Number 4, 2-point row. This is a back exercise. You need 1 nice heavy weight for this. Okay, if you've been with us for a while, we do this one all the time. So you have a weight in one hand, you're going to step that leg back and rest your body weight on your other leg. And we pull that weight up and back towards the hip, keeping the shoulder down. So notice how I'm not shrugging my shoulder. So up and back again towards the hip bone. I'll show you from the other direction or the other angle. So rest comfortably on this front leg. If the balance and stability is maybe not there for you yet, you can add a 3rd point of stability. So you can put your hand onto something stable instead of putting your hand on your front leg, but the movement is the same. So this is your option if you feel a little too unsteady like this. All right, you guys, we have 2 more. Push-ups. Everybody's favorite exercise. So toes, knees, incline, or wall. So we have 4 options for push-ups. Push up on your toes. Hands are directly under the shoulders. It's going to look like this. Push-ups on the knees. Make sure you don't keep your hips up. So a knee push-up is not this, but instead you sink your hips down and you lower your hips towards the floor as well. That's your knee option. If either push-ups on the floor are too challenging for you at this time or you can't get to the floor, you do them on an incline. So find a chair and you do your push-up up on an incline. And if an incline push-up is too challenging, we're going to shift over to a wall. And the mirrors at the gyms are just fine. Hands on the wall, lower yourself to the wall, push back. So we like to give you lots of options for push-ups to make sure that everybody, no matter what your fitness level is, everybody can do push-ups. That's not going to be too bad for the 3 and the 6 round, right? But when we get to 9 and 12, that might be a little tougher. What you can do when we get to the higher reps, feel free to break it up. So when we're doing your 12 rep set, for example, maybe do 4, take a rest, do 4 more, take another rest. If you need to break it up, that's just fine. You don't have to crank out 9 and 12 push-ups all in a row. And our last exercise, banded side steps. So we have our bands at the clubs. Place the band under your feet. A little bit of tension so that there's no slack in the band. Keep your knees softly bent, and you take steps to the side. So for this one, the count is each side separately. So what we're going to do is do all of the steps to one direction, and then all of them to the other direction. So for example, when you're doing your 9 and your 12 rep set, you need a good amount of space because you need space to go 9 steps one way and then come 9 steps back the other way, or 12. So make sure you have enough space to do these. And that is your band side step. So again, 25-minute max for this routine. You go through the reps 3, 6, 9, 12, 9, 6, 3. All right, hope you enjoy it. We'll see you next week.